basically Steiner. He talks about the new Isis Divine Sophia. And in this whole thing, he talks about that the whole Isis Sophia mythos needs to be relived again in this time. And the poem under it, Isis Sophia, Wisdom of God, Lucifer has slain her, and on the wings of the worldwide forces carried her hence into cosmic space. Christ will, working in man, shall wrest from Lucifer, and on the boats of spirit knowledge call to new life in souls of man. Isis Sophia, Wisdom of God. After the sacrifice, that night, I invited basically the devil. He came, and I was dancing with the devil, and I got really deep. That's the sign that I received. So the sign, like the 7K that I carry around my neck.
Yeah.
This was this is the sign that I had received in stone that night. The spirit, so basically I was like, I had fluorescent color pigments mixed with oil, and I would go like schlaf, schlaf. I could constantly 3 charcoals burning. I could see the spirit moving in this smoke. Where I would go like that, the fluorescent pigments wouldn't hit the wall. So on the wall I had like the surroundings of like the Lucifer. I invited Lucifer into my flipping temple.
Why?
And Lucifer,
to confront him.
I invited the force responsible that keeps humanity from evolving into my temple from all my heart. And that was it was her all the way along. And then, so in the next morning after that, because I had made this floor myself. And there was a footprint in the concrete. So I did kind of take the, I did take the color off, because you couldn't see, but there's like the dent here, it was like inside the flipping concrete.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, he even left his fucking footprint. And that's my footprint.
Yeah.
Like the concrete completely pulverized. And then I'm like, whoa, so this is obviously kind of true. And then when I read here, Lucifer has slain her, and on the wings of the worldwide forces carried her hence into cosmic space. Now I had the wasp staff, and I had the wings, space, the flyer. And I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, shall rest from Lucifer. Like, this was the night that I rest her from Lucifer. And I had the footprint to prove it. That this is
Jesus, I'm getting goosebumps.
This is actually what happened. And then 4 months after that, a friend walks in. He's like a Reiki master, and he walks into my place and he goes like, what the fuck? You opened an abyss. What's under the couch? And I'm like, well, the footprint. And he's like, what the actual fuck? Like, that you opened an abyss. And so he confirmed the kind of this footprint energetically just by walking into the room and going like, what the fuck happened here? Then after I left, Ibiza brought the pedals back to the beach, destroyed the footprint. They turned this place into a brothel. And they called this brothel In Flagranti. And they had a big head of a devil lit up. Everybody that flew into Ibiza airport, it's El Camello next to the DC-10, would see In Flagranti with a big red devil in neon signs in the place of this footprint, where I, according to like what Steiner says, wrestled her from the hands of Lucifer.
So like you brought her back to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And I was sent on this quest at that time with her. And now everything, like, and with this, because this is what we'll get, well, it's more than an idea, this whole thing, it's a reality, and it's a reality that is confirmed by Anthroposophy, that is confirmed by Anthroposophia, this is her name, she revealed herself to me as that. And the meaning of Anthroposophia is the relationship of humanity to the divine feminine wisdom. This is what it means.
Wow.
And like it's literally blessed, humbled, the beauty like of everything. I am literally on my knees, and so with this enlightenment will come to all of you with attitude.
Yeah.
After my experience, which for me, this was enlightenment, I went to see my teacher. 14, the second highest of the Cacho lineage. Because I made this movie and I had to ask him, like, I'm like, look, the second audience with him. And I'm like, look, I made this movie, these are the things that I've seen when the veil of illusion fell. I need to ask you if I may call this my enlightenment. You need to tell me, like, because you're the only one who can. And he said, of course you may talk about it as your enlightenment. I will pray for you. Do you need any help with your movie? I know people. And I'm like, no, I don't. I just need to know from you. And so I met him in his private chambers in Germany. 2 years after that, he passed away in his private chambers in Germany. This is massive. And he's back now. And then in the very first speech, when Steiner introduces Anthroposophy, he says that Anthroposophia will present herself in front of the enlightened man.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. It's just confirmation after confirmation after. I mean, it doesn't get more obvious, does it?
No.
Like, it really doesn't. I mean, there's nothing else that they can do to show us of like, this is actually happening.
And it has happened, and it all happened in divine timing.
Yeah. Look, it's 222. Speaking about divine timing. Yeah.
It's
and that's 222 is divine feminine. Yeah.